Welcome back to our SHO Houston Open special. The University of Houston has a long tradition with the PGA, but despite all of the successful tour pros that U of H has turned out, the first Cougar to win Houston's PGA stop was Fred Couples back in 2003. Welcome back, everybody. Bring in Adam Clanton now from Local 2 Sports. And Adam, it's fun to watch these guys do their thing out here each and every week on the PGA Tour. All of these guys, though, started at a very early age when it comes to honing their craft out here.
Yeah, that's right, Randy. One of the cool things about the SHO Houston Open is that you're able to get up close and personal with some of the greatest golfers in the world. But if you know where to look right here in town, you can get a look at some of the future greats in the game.
If becoming a superstar athlete is your goal and the NBA or NFL don't work out, perhaps pro golf could be an option. Traveling the world, staying in five-star hotels, and playing a gentleman's game for a living has its perks. And thanks to the American Junior Golf Association, young golfers can get a glimpse of that lifestyle, including right here in the Houston area.
The AJJ does a wonderful, wonderful job. They really prepare us. They give us a lot of experience. We play wonderful courses that really give us the challenges that we're probably going to face later on in our careers. And the exposure for college coaches, it's going to get you to the next level, and it's really awesome.
Local phenom Corey Whitsitt is just one of many golfers that has enjoyed playing in tournaments like these across the country.
The competition's good. You got to go play well. There were some really good scores put up there today, and some really challenging conditions. And the competition only gets deeper as you get up higher levels. Junior, college, amateur, and then professional.
For the same reasons people go to high school football and basketball games, people flock to tournaments just like these put on by the AJGA to see the next big thing in golf, the future stars of the PGA that might one day play at the SHO Houston Open.
But when it comes down to it, none of the glitz and glamour can be attained without putting in the hours of work needed to compete with the best, even at the amateur level.
Well, I think if you look at our 3-day weekends, it's a good signal of the sacrifice we take. We have Labor Day we're playing, Columbus Day we're playing, President's Day, Thanksgiving we're playing. That just shows how hard we work. I don't come home until about 8 o'clock every night, between working and working out and playing.
The hope is that one day these players are paired up with the likes of Phil Mickelson, Stuart Appleby, and even last year's winner, Paul Casey. And those pairings may very well come at Redstone, where the SHO Houston Open will be played.
Obviously, I don't know yet how it helps you for the future, but from what I've heard, it really, really helps a lot to know, what kind of conditions you're playing in and how to compete, against the best players.
I'd love it. It's such a good venue. They get it ready for the Masters. The week being the week before, the greens are fast. All the areas are shaved down. It'd be a real treat.
Yeah, I played it 2 years ago when this tournament was there, and it's a wonderful venue, and I hope to return there someday.
And maybe as a pro.
Exactly, yes, sir.
And Randy, one final note about that HP Boys Championship out at the Woodlands where we shot that piece. It was recently given the Invitational of the Year award by the AJGA. So a top-notch tournament, top-notch players all the way around.
What a great honor for those guys. Now, you were out there watching them play.
Right.
How good were they?
Very, very good. Corey Whitsitt, a lot of those guys out there, not just a few, I fully expect to see on the tour someday, so they're very good.
We'll mark some of those names
Yes.
down and track them as they make progress throughout college. Adam, appreciate it. We'll see you at the end of the show. In any sport, practice makes perfect, especially in the sport of golf. If you mosey on over to the practice area here at Redstone next week, you're going to find players spending long hours on the range and the practice green. Most casual golfers are afraid to put a club down on the ground to get the correct alignment for fear of looking silly out there, but the pros use all sorts of practice gadgets, and they'll be the first to tell you it is the most important way to help you get better.
Again, you look up and down the range, and virtually every player is doing something for alignment. You never want to hit a good shot and be lined up wrong, because then you hit a bad shot.
This is just a sort of hard alloy plate with obviously 90 degrees for a line, similar width to a putter. So basically what I'll do to sort of replicate this way is I'll line this up either, let's say a dead straight putt from whatever feet you like, say 10 feet. I'll aim that dead set at the hole. Then all I know is if I aim the face square to that, then look up at the hole, I'll be able to sort of correlate where the face is to the hole. Sometimes some of the problems I've had is that I'll think I'm aiming dead at the hole at 10 feet, and if I put the plate right at the face of the thing, it'll be pointing at the right edge. So it's really calibration. So anything to help us aim a bit better.
Although most of the HGA core charities benefit children, there is one organization, the Synacor Foundation, which helps men and women struggling to win the battle against substance abuse.
The Synacor Foundation is a residential treatment program for adults trying to overcome the effects of substance abuse. During the highly structured 2 to 3 year program, residents not only undergo drug treatment, but they also get a chance to further their education by taking online college courses. And for all of these services, Synacor only charges residents a one-time nominal fee, and that's largely because of donations from HGA.
Very appreciative for our relationship with the Houston Golf Association. Since 1996, Synacor has been one of the core charities, and in that time we've received over $1 million worth of funding from the HGA.
And it's with that help from the HGA that Synacor has so much success, and it's a win-win situation for all involved.
Synacor benefits in many ways with the relationship with the HGA, not only through the financial support, but in the positive relationship that it creates, and also the way it helps our residents in seeing their opportunity to be a part of the community and give back to help not only Synacor, but to help the broader community in the HGA.
Synacor has been in Houston since 1973, and each year they treat over 1,000 people. All right, we're making the turn here on the Shell Houston Open Special. Plenty more straight ahead, including your all-access pass inside a PGA Tour trailer and why it's a necessity for the players. And HGA President Steve Timms explains why the best players come to Houston. But first, as we head to break, the Houston Golf Association suffered a tremendous loss late last spring with the passing of longtime HGA member Randy Arnaud. Arnaud was a local business owner in Conroe. He was an 18-year member of the HGA, and during the Shell Houston Open from sunrise to sunset, he was always willing to lend a hand to help things run smoothly in all areas. In fact, he also served as the Media Center chairman for 10 years. Arnaud passed away last May at the age of 62, and he will not be forgotten by the HGA and the greater Houston golf community.